Silent Hill is a 2006 movie based off the 1999 PS1 exclusive video game. It isn't very good. Let me make this clear right out the gate. I don't think this movie is good. I don't think it's horrific. I don't think it's like one of the worst movies ever made, and I think for a video game movie, it's very competent, honestly. But as a movie, it's not competent. We need to remember when discussing video game movies that competent for a video game movie doesn't equate competent for a movie. I understand video games are hard to adapt to movies because video games are large projects that are either in levels or in open worlds that are meant to capture your attention for hours and keep you engaged by actually playing it. So trying to translate that to a film that's only like 2 hours long that you actually just have to sit there and watch is quite a complicated task. And I think most video game movies fail horrifically at this, but this one certainly doesn't succeed. The main character's daughter sleepwalks and is saying Silent Hill, so, the mother naturally goes, well, we should go to fucking Silent Hill then, let's go see what's there. Daughter gets lost, mom has to look for her, has to go through fucking 2 locations, gets teleported to the penis world, fucking meets the real daughter, the evil thing, but it's actually good, and the cult people are evil, and then the cult people die, and that's the movie. The little amount of things that happen in this entire film are kind of astounding. The movie kind of just slowly treks you through this odd mystery that really isn't a mystery at all. You understand by the end that, she's gonna find her daughter. The movie less has a plot and more is just you holding hands with the main character as she walks us through this world, occasionally encountering a ghost or goblin as she's, teleported into the other world. That happens occasionally. Really not exploring any of the plot until the movie's last 30 minutes. I mean, the movie has some of the oddest pacing I've ever seen because the mystery is very slowly spoon-fed to us in ways where you can't really gather any meaningful information out of it, but then suddenly at the end of the movie she literally just gets through a door and then there's a big ass exposition dump. The witch daughter thing, the evil, the girl that the call burned, yeah, she literally just says, oh, you made it here, now I can tell you the plot of the movie that's been happening. I mean, you couldn't get it from the movie, but I'll tell you, because we can't make a movie where, you actually can figure out the plot by watching it or, understand the mystery. No, I'll tell you the plot. What a shitty way of storytelling. Imagine just giving your movie no plot and it just be a hallway walking simulator for an hour and a half, and then suddenly you're like, oh shit, we actually needed to make a plot to this movie, so you just throw in an exposition dump. It's very bad storytelling, and frankly the story that it tells by the point we actually get to it isn't interesting at all. Girl was mistreated as child. She now evil. I also just want to quickly note, through this whole movie, there is not a crumb of character development. Nobody changes. Nobody's motivation or feelings on anything changes. Everyone consistently has the same goals and consistently feels the same about everything. There's no arcs. There's no plot either, so it's like nothing happens the whole fucking movie. The whole time. Especially not in Sean Bean's subplot, where the whole point is nothing happens and it just eats up screen time and doesn't reveal anything or do anything meaningful. It is literally just a waste of your fucking time. The difference between the movie and the game is, one, a video game is engaging and you actually have to play and be involved in the puzzles and the mystery, so you actually feel like a meaningful aspect of it and you don't just feel like a bystander seeing it happen in front of you. As well, the game takes you through this world full of strange characters, strange dialogue, weird acting and animations, and really presents itself in this uncanny way that makes the whole experience much more engaging. The movie, on the other hand, just has bad acting. Characters who are barely reacting to the scary shit that happens in front of them. I mean, seriously, sometimes it just looked like they weren't trying whatsoever during a few scenes.
12 seconds later.
What the fuck is going on? Alright, I know this is crazy, I know. We gotta calm right down because my kid is not here and I've gotta find her before this happens again. Oh no! Goodness sakes, the same killer! Oh!
One of the positives I can say about this movie is the set design isn't very bad. I wouldn't say it's by any means great. They all just kind of look like generic abandoned buildings, and the Nightmare World looks bad. It's terrible CGI almost all the time in completely unnecessary places, but I'll get to that later. The main town of Silent Hill, its foggy atmosphere, it's very cool blue colors with the ashes looking like snow coming down from the sky, enveloping the whole town in this strange fog that blocks you from really seeing anything or getting much information, is genuinely a really good adaptation of the game in my opinion. I think the set design of Silent Hill itself, not the Otherworld Silent Hill, but the main one, is probably the best aspect of this movie. Now I'm going to talk about The Otherworld. Look, something I've never understood about horror movies, or a lot of movies in general, is when you can do something practically, why don't you? All the monsters in this look god-awful, and I understand that CGI may have probably been easier than building, suits, but it would have looked like a lot better than having this shitty CGI. Everything looks so unrealistic and borderline uncanny, but not in a way where it's like creepy, but in a way where it just looks silly. They all look like shiny, meshy textures in this really dark, decrepit world that are all just like super looking like Gmod models. It just feels super unrealistic. And I understand this was 2006 with not a huge budget, and sometimes like bad CGI can look good. The Matrix movies blends its CGI with its normal fight scenes really well, especially the large Mr. Smith fight in The Matrix Reloaded. But like having your CGI monsters be center frame and like the main focus of the shot when they don't even look remotely like the world around them, it doesn't look good, and I don't understand the point of it. Just put a fucking little kid in a weird mesh costume and just have him walk at you. The movie had a budget of $50 million, which that's not like a small amount. So many shots look out of place because the CGI looks so bad. Like, and I'm not trying to like take cheap shots, but like it looks like characters just jumping around on green screen sometimes, or just, fake ass Gmod models interacting with real characters. It kind of looks like a fucking YouTube video at some points. Also, let's talk about another unnecessary thing. Why is Pyramid Head in this movie? What can we get whoever directed this on the phone, and can you tell me why you put Pyramid Head in this fucking movie? I'm not trying to be a Silent Hill purist, despite the fact that I can be at times, but I just want to state it very clearly. Pyramid Head is not from Silent Hill 1. He is not a character in Silent Hill 1. And he should not exist in a continuity that is not Silent Hill 2, because the character was created for the sole purpose of being in Silent Hill 2 because he relates to the insecurities of the main character of Silent Hill 2. Pyramid Head should only exist in the Silent Hill 2 video game because he was created exclusively as an extension of the mind of the main character. Not because he belongs in the Silent Hill world, but because he is a part of the main character, like all the villains and enemies in Silent Hill 2 are. Like, well, why the fuck is he like a protector for this old lady? He like shows up and like only 2 fucking scenes, and it's like purely because he's like absolutely bait to get more people in the theaters. Because like, and I'm not saying this to be rude, but like, I imagine most of the audience for this movie hasn't played a single fucking Silent Hill game in their life. They just know Pyramid Head. They see the cool triangle head man with the big sword, and he fucking swings it, and they're like, woo, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like a fucking Marvel movie. Same thing with the sexy nurses. It's fucking stupid. Take them out of there. They don't belong in there.